back with Rocket Right. I am Hurricane Betsy Barnes, and we are talking about veterans. We're talking about different types of programs that are new to Louisiana, that are pilot programs around the country. And one of those that I think is really worth you knowing about and sharing is a new phone app by the name of Melonseed. And so Melonseed, unusual name, we talked about the history of that being a small 16-foot boat with a sail. But in your boat, you have 4 partners.
Right.
Okay? So tell us a little bit about their background, each person who's contributing to this, giving back. But then we're going to talk about how this came to be a pilot in Louisiana, because this is really important. If you know of a veteran or you're an employer or an influencer over the decision maker, over HR, small or large company.
Right.
Sometimes the HR director is the owner. We want you to be able to help and share this.
Okay, I'll start with Chad Duncan. He's the Chad and I were originally on with the idea, the concept, and Chad works for Salus University in Newtown, Pennsylvania. He just changed jobs. He was a professor up at Northwestern, and I've known Chad since when I started my master's degree at Auburn. I went up there, and Chad was an undergrad, and we were both interested in the same girl briefly.
Yeah.
Long story, but we got
It's
to be
funny how people in college meet each
and we
other.
got to be great friends.
Yeah.
We've been friends for 30 years
So,
now.
and his background is?
His background is rehabilitation counseling like me, but in addition to that, Chad has a master's from Northwestern in orthotics prosthetics. He helps
Wow.
people who lose limbs, veterans who lose limbs. I've seen Chad work with arms for veterans that are worth, there's $1 million arm,
Sure.
and he does all that. He set up several programs. Adil Chosky runs a company called ADR in Atlanta. It's a staffing company, and he's been very successful with that in the Atlanta area. And Rick Neubauer is a retired IBM executive, and he's very much on the business end and closing deals, and he's that guy. He was involved with the IBM Baton Rouge deal years ago.
Yes.
And he's now that he's retired, has several projects, and we're his main project right now. And Rob Phillips was one of the original founders of ServiceNow.
Oh, really?
And, right. And he's married to a woman from AME who knows.
So you all have these Baton Rouge ties.
Right.
And then I was actually invited to a meeting. Melise Campbell,
Right.
friends with your sister, friends with a friend of mine. I was invited to the announcement.
The meet and greet.
The meet and greet.
very first meet and
And
greet.
I was just absolutely blown away. So Colonel Joey Strickland,
Right.
who's the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, was there. And he actually just glowed about what this could mean for Louisiana veterans. And so, as we've shared on previous shows, but if you haven't seen it or heard it, Louisiana has the highest veteran suicide rate in the country. 43% of all of our veterans between the ages of 18 and 34 commit suicide. So for every 100 veterans between 18 and 34, 43 commit suicide on the average, which is a very sad number. 38% is the national average. And so many people come back from their service to our country, and they've been in leadership roles, and they've had hard work, and it's been a lot of training, and they come back and suddenly there's no network. There's no support system, and so they have to find that through the Department of Veterans Affairs, which they have some great programs. But, this is a program that's brand new, and it's a program.
We're the first, and to where I learned this, and this is a key person outside of my partners, is Franklin Foyle.
Yes, Senator Franklin Foyle.
We wouldn't be here. I've known Franklin for years, and a good man. And I'm gonna digress real quick. I know we're short on time, but Franklin had passed a bill for veteran business identification, so people could help support those businesses. And he was looking for a way to expand that out to help veterans, and it was just serendipity. Divinity brought us together. I was working on this at the same time, and the partners said, let's not go commercial. We want to focus on a public project that helps people, and it just came together. So,
well, you never knew when you were, young fellas together that this would be really the platform to connect you to be able to help other people later in life.
No.
I think there's beauty in that.
Right, there is beauty.
There is beauty in that.
Elegant.
So currently you are under contract with the state of Louisiana.
Correct.
Through the governor's office.
Correct.
And through the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Correct.
And this pilot has launched, so
Right.
people can download the app. Spell it for them.
Melonseed, Melonseed.
So
like
it's
a
one
melon
L,
seed.
yeah.
One L. And it's .app if they want to go to the app and download. If there's a business out there or a veteran out there, where we are right now is we're in the pilot phase, and our task in the pilot phase is to really get the word out and get people to sign up. Because if people don't sign up, whether they're businesses or veteran job seekers, it's just an empty storefront. We need to get customers in there so they can help each other out. I like to tell people, last night at the get-together, they were asking me, so who do you help? We help both of them. Think of a platform or an app as a virtual building out there on the cloud that allows people to come together. And we're providing the space for these two people to come together to help each other out.
It's a job fair in the clouds.
It's a job fair in the clouds. I like that. We need to like copyright that real quick.
Yes. So basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to find employers who will download, go and put in what jobs they have.
Right.
How soon do they need them?
Right.
What are the qualifications they're
Right.
looking for? And then veterans of all ages and abilities that can come in and say, you know what, I think I can do that. I want to do that.
Right.
That sounds like something I want
Right.
to try. And some of these are temporary jobs, and some of these are more long-term.
Correct. And the key is simplicity. Obviously there's other vehicles to find work out there now, whether it's old-fashioned, one ads, or there's some other platforms that tend to be a little more complicated with the way you upload resumes and the process. And the business owners I've interviewed, they say that the problem is that process takes a long time. I mean, you're running a restaurant, you're a manager, and you have to take 6 hours out of your day, and you need to be doing other things.
Right.
And it gets arduous. And on the other side of that coin, it's expensive. I had several businesses in New Orleans. One of them told me that he'll spend $600 to $1,200 a month on these different avenues to hire workers, and it's a time money thing. And what we're trying to do is keep this process clean and simple and something that works.
Clean and simple.
Right.
And then the employer can message the applicant
Absolutely.
very quickly, and then they can set up a time to talk or go straight to work, depending
Yeah.
on if they're remote.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then they can also share some additional information.
Exactly. If they want to get more involved and deeper with resumes uploaded and those kinds of things, absolutely. But at the minimum, we wanted to keep it simple, because in some cases, simple is better. And it's the choice. It's their choice to take it in different directions, but they're empowered by that. And I guess the final thing we talk about this pilot project right now is we kind of want this to be it's a community project. We want feedback from both seekers and employers to tell us how do they want us to be? How can we change to better fit their purposes? And we'll go back. We're at a place now where we can really put it together like
So
that.
it could be state jobs, private jobs, small
Anything.
jobs,
Anything.
gig economy
Right.
jobs.
Right.
It's a variety of different
Right.
things, and people can seek by categories.
Right, and it's veteran focused. It's veterans, and when veterans log on, they prove they're veteran. They have to do the identification, and the businesses will look at that. So it's kind of a safe place for veterans to group up and find work.
So I think there probably needs to be a time that you have a larger gathering of veterans to come together and maybe do a little training on how to do this app.
We do. A training it's been brought up. I think it's a really good idea. I've even thought, I believe it's Chad and Rob had talked about we're going to go ahead and get a quick video up, because we can't have a room with all the veterans and all all the time. But it would be nice to have trainings to familiarize them with the process.
So Melonseed and Joshua Titlton also sponsored a Songs of Survivors dinner with David St. Romain. It was held at Beau Soleil. It was a VIP wine dinner. And in that dinner, you wanted to get the message out to people, and there was about 45 people there.
Right.
And I think that you really did hit the mark. I think you did hit the mark with people that care about veterans, that care about people
Right.
that have survived
Right.
some difficulties, some trauma, some challenges. And so I think that it was really important. And Senator Foyle was there
Right.
as well, giving his perspective as a Navy veteran, as a JAG officer. So it was just wonderful to hear everyone share what they had survived. And it was just a room of people committed to helping you raise awareness, but also raise awareness for every single person in the room at that dinner about
Right.
what mattered to them. And the overarching theme, I think, was we're all here together
We are.
to all help each other, whatever it is, business, professionally, personally,
We are.
to help our state and to move forward.
Right, and as y'all can see with the job situation at large and the economy and all the things that are going on right now, this is really critical. You know,
Yes.
it's a tool to help this situation out.
So if people want to know more about Melonseed, either from the employer perspective and do a little research on your company, or from the applicant perspective as a veteran, how can people find out more about you?
Just go to melonseed.app online, and it walks you right through it. Whether you're an employer, it'll guide you into the right direction, and if you're a veteran, it'll guide you in the right direction. It's simple. Yeah,
Well-
I encourage people to log on and check it out and download it. It's in the App Store also. You can go to the App Store and type in Melonseed, and it'll come up. Or you can just go to, we have a website that's also a direct link to the app. And,
That's perfect.
And you can go to that too.
That's perfect. Well, Dr. Joshua Tilton, thank you for being with us.
Thank you,
for
Betsy.
sharing the passion you and these gentlemen have to help veterans. And we're going to be right back with Rocket Right. I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes. Stay tuned.